Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about 5 easy steps to quit pornography as soon as possible. These steps are what I've compiled after talking with 270 men, and I feel like they're a great stepping stone to get you out of that trap. It's a trap that so many people might be in, but might not feel comfortable talking about. It's a subject that's swept under the rug all the time, and I'm just excited to potentially help some people out because, if you implement these 5 steps, you literally can live a porn-free life, and that's what I've been able to do for almost 2 years. And so I recommend you get out a pen and paper, and let's start taking some notes here. So here we have it. Stop watching porn in 5 steps. And granted, these steps are slightly simplified, they still will provide amazing value for you. And so step number 1 is tell others about your goal of quitting porn. Like, a lot of people, from what I've surveyed, out of those 270 men I've talked with, many of them have told 0 to 1 person. Like, a lot of them have told 0 and a lot of them have told 1. Like, it's very common for men to want to keep this a secret, and I do not blame them. Like, this topic is so uncomfortable, it seems like, when you're thinking about bringing it up. Like, it might be one of your worst nightmares to bring up this topic to someone. But let me just tell you, as soon as you open up to 1 person about it, you'll be like, wow, it really was not as bad as I thought, and man, I feel so much more supported in my journey, and wow, I'm actually seeing some results. Like, I've seen so many people that are like, yo, Harley, I took your advice, I told 4 or 5 people about my goal here, and man, I haven't watched in a month or 2. And I'm like, amazing work. That's what I like to see. People that actually take action and implement these steps. This is step 1. It's a big step, but you have to do it. Like, if you tell a few other people about your goal to be a porn-free man, like, you will see amazing results. Interesting conversations will spark, and new relationships will form because of this conversation. I've seen it happen time and time again. Yo, Harley, I had a old friend that I reconnected with, and I happened to just have the balls to bring this topic up. And you wouldn't believe how deep of a conversation was sparked, and both of us really could relate to each other on this. And it just deepened our relationship, and it really improved both of our progresses away from porn. And I'm like, now that should be reason enough for you right now to go and tell someone. And, if you don't have anyone in your life you can think of, go to the link in description, book a clarity call with my team. Our team is here to help people open up, get that feeling out of their chest so that they can grow up, improve, and become the right kind of man that they know they're supposed to be. And so, that's my recommendation for step number 1. Tell others about your goal of quitting. But, one thing I want to mention here is don't tell people that you're trying to quit porn. Don't say it like that, because when you're trying to do something, it just comes across as you're not going to do it. It's giving you a loophole out of it. Yeah, I'm trying to quit porn. I've been trying. It's like there's not much confidence in that statement, and it gives you a loophole to watch again. So what I recommend saying instead is something along the lines of, my goal is to be a non-porn watcher. I do not want porn to ever be a thing that I consume. It's like, boom, I do not watch porn, and I will not watch porn because I am done. And it's like, that is more powerful. And some people might say, why should I say that if I don't know if it's true? And it's like, you'd be surprised. The more confidently you say it, the more progress you'll make, because you're now kind of identifying as a person who does not watch porn. And, you're telling a few other people about this new identity of you, and it makes it so much easier when Thursday night rolls around, when you're typically wanting to watch, and it's like, dang, I told Jimmy and Joseph about my thoughts on this, and now, like, they're viewing me as this guy who is taking this super seriously. So it's like, I'm going to put my frickin' phone down and start doing something else productive, and it's like, that's just a beautiful first step to getting out of this trap. Open up about this. I know it's nerve-wracking. It's like, it's really not that scary. You know, exposure therapy tells us that as soon as you face your fears and do something that you thought was going to be so terrible and scary, all of a sudden your confidence grows, your inner ability to face your fears grows, and you just become a more calculated person, a person who is able to assess the real risk of something instead of being so, irrationally frightened by something. It's like, collect the data. It's really not that hard to have this conversation. Like, I believe in all you guys. Step number 2. So, step number 2 is all about identifying and understanding your triggers. And now this is a very powerful one. This could almost be step 1 as well. But like, the point is all of these are really important here. And so, let's see. To identify and understand your triggers, I would recommend you write down this question. What mood and environment are you in when you typically want to watch porn? Like, let's try to determine what you're normally doing and what you're normally feeling when you are wanting to watch. Like, so many people believe this lie where it's like, yeah, I was just so horny. I saw this Instagram model on Instagram and man, it just made me so horny. And it's like, horniness is not the right emotion there. Like, it's really not. What is occurring there is a multitude of other things. It could be, in some situations, dang, I've been sitting on my phone for hours and I'm just feeling worthless and bored, and I'm feeling unproud of myself, feeling like I've been escaping my responsibilities, and man, I'm just feeling down and depressed and just kind of worthless. And it's like, yeah, I just wanted that quick high. I wanted to escape from that feeling. And it's like, yeah, that's the real, you're getting closer to the real root there, and then you could even ask deeper questions like, yo, why do I feel like I'm so worthless? And why do I feel like I'm escaping my tasks? What tasks am I escaping? What's causing me to want to procrastinate them? Like, start asking all these deep whys, and you'll start to see, like, oh, I'm not watching porn because I'm horny. I'm watching porn because I'm so stressed out, because I've been procrastinating my to-do list. I'm feeling so lonely because I haven't talked to anyone in like 4 days, and I've been on my phone in my room for hours and hours on end, and I haven't had any kind of human connection. And it's like, yeah, these are the real types of feelings. Let me list a few more. Man, I was just so frustrated at my boss today, and then traffic was slowing me up, and man, I just wanted to blow off some steam. And it's like, that's another one I've heard from a lot of people. Another one is like saying like, man, I don't feel worthy. Like I kind of was saying before, like, man, I feel unworthy as a man. Like, I haven't done much today. I don't know if I'll ever deserve a girlfriend. I might as well just watch porn if I am so unworthy. And it's like, all these deep, deep feelings you really need to uncover, because kind of my philosophy here is, if you're watching pornography, there's a deeper problem at play here. Pornography is almost like the bubbled up symptom that you see from a deeper root issue. And that's exactly the importance of identifying and understanding your triggers. If you are not understanding this addiction in a deep, deep scientific level, you are truly leaving yourself up to chance on solving this thing. And that's not what you want to be doing. You know it, I know it. And so it's like, start diving deep into why you're having this desire. Because as soon as you start to understand those triggers, you then can form a plan around these urges, and like use these urges as almost like a springboard for positive change. And that's what I've been able to do. Like, 2 years ago when I quit, like, I was able to channel this energy that I was saving from not watching porn and into building a business. I built a podcast, I built this program, I started making clips for people online, and I also grew my parents' business. I channeled, and I graduated engineering school. Like, I just freaking channeled the energy into positive habits, and then I attracted a high quality woman, and it's like I was able to channel them into, channel these urges and emotions and real feelings into productive work and productive growth. And that is exactly what my entire message is all about. It's not about quitting porn. It's about improving as a man and looking at your flaws, improving them, and growing every single week, checking off the things on your to-do list, like being hyper productive and not procrastinating. It's because we all know what happens when you stagnate. You slip, and then you slip really fast, and then all of a sudden you're going to be back to where you started if you don't keep moving. And so this all ties into step number 3. Like I was saying, when you have that urge and you've understood it, you really now need to build new habits to conquer said urges. Because, let's just give like multiple examples here, because just each one of you guys are probably, hopefully, pausing the video, answering these dang questions. What are your triggers? Hopefully at this point you kind of have an understanding of your triggers. And, if you don't, I have a free course down in the description as well that dives super, super deep into each one of these steps with many, many reflective prompts on each of them. And I have 125 people in this course/community, and it's growing every single day. More and more people are becoming free, and we're building an army of porn-free men. If you want to join, hop on it down there in the description. And so, once you've understood your triggers, like I was saying, you should now form a game plan around each one of them. And to be honest, it's most helpful to do when talking to someone, whether it's the person you told or if you're booking a call with my team down below to have some clarity on this issue. Like, this is where we need to start making a plan where it's like, okay, you have an understanding of your triggers. Let's just give this some examples. One is, I'm feeling so dang irritated and frustrated and mad, and I'm pissed off at work. I was pissed off at traffic. I was pissed off because my freaking team didn't win, whatever it happens to be. And it's like, if you're really that frustrated and pent up and pissed, a beautiful strategy could really be to vent that bullcrap out. Like, what I have all my members in the Road Away from Porn do is, if they're ever feeling that way, there's an app called Loom, and Loom. Get that, and you can record yourself, and these are like audio journals. It allows you to, get that frustration out. And it's like, man, I was so pissed off today. Oh, I'm feeling better now. Heck yeah. Well, I'll see you later. And it's like, boom. That's an interesting strategy that I've seen work for a lot of people that get really frustrated and use porn to escape that frustration. Another common one is like I said, feeling kind of bored, feeling like you haven't done much today, feeling just like, oh, I've been on my phone for hours. And it's like, there's a pretty easy solution here. It's like, let's backtrack a little bit. Why were you on your phone for hours? It's like, well, I didn't have as much going on today. It's like, why the heck did you not have much going on? You're a man who's trying to grow. You're a man who has dreams. Your dreams are super important. You want a woman. You want a family. You want a business. You want lots of money. You want to improve your relationship with God. You want to be able to have financial freedom. You want to be able to be confident and leader-like. You want to be able to be a spiritual leader. You want to be able to learn new things. You want to be able to get that different job. It's like, why are you having nothing on your to-do list besides scrolling on the gram, TikTok, and then Pornhub? It's like, we need to really get to the root here. And it's like, okay, if you're feeling so bored, let's make a to-do list. First off, let's make a goal list. Then we'll make a habit list to get you to the goals. And based off those habits, we will create to-do lists every single day. And it's like, now that's how you get rid of your porn addiction. You're too busy to even be too bored to watch porn, Another one is, let's see here, you're feeling lonely, lack of human connection, like I was saying before. And it's like, if you're feeling a lack of human connection, it's probably because you have not seen anyone for a long time, and all you need to do is give someone a call. Like, honestly, that's one of the most powerful, quick ways to do it. Like, even just like a FaceTime with an old friend, just give one of your high school buddies a call. Like, bro, like, even you can just say, like, yo, I was just wanting to see how you're doing. It's been a minute, and it's like, boom. You never know what kind of beautiful convo can spark from these kinds of calls to your mom, dad, family member, friend, you know, whatever. And it's like, you don't even have to bring up porn. Like, if you've already told others about your porn-free journey, like, you don't necessarily have to tell them in this moment. All your brain is telling you is, bro, you've been so unplugged from other people for so long that I just need some kind of human interaction. And, and then you're kind of like almost making that connection in your brain that's wrong, where it's like, oh, there's a woman there, man, that girl's really hot. Oh, that seems really exciting. And it's like, what's really happening is your brain's like, oh, another human. And it's like, oh, another human on a very intimate and deep personal level. You're missing some personal human connection right now. Yeah, you should definitely, improve your connection. Or, improve your, I got distracted because something popped up on my screen. But yeah, you should definitely get some human interaction here. And it's like, yeah, you definitely should. And, pornography is not human interaction. It's still you with pixels on your phone, and afterwards you're feeling even more lonely. And so, that's another example. So another example is, stress is another one that's probably one of the more common ones, but stress is complicated. It's like, is it because you have a huge to-do list, or is it because you haven't done anything today, or is it because, you have a big, test or presentation coming up, or like, why are you feeling stressed? Like, let's try to get to the root of that. And if you figure out the root of that, then it's like, oh, what would solve this stress issue is checking off this box and checking off this box. And it's like, pornography does not solve your stress issue. It delays your stress and makes you forget about it for 3 to 4 minutes. And then afterwards, your stress levels amplify to a high level, and your dopamine and motivation levels sink to a low level, and you're stuck in this pit of like, oh my gosh, look at all these giant tasks. Man, do I feel stressed. Man, do I feel alone. Man, do I feel horrible. And it's like, yeah, that is not going to help you feel less stressed. It's a freaking negative coping mechanism. It's us men sometimes equate feelings and emotions as like horniness. Like, sometimes instead of like thinking logically and having emotional intelligence, it's like, oh, I'm just horny. And it's like, bruh, come on. You're smarter than that. And so that's exactly kind of the idea. It's like, build positive habits around your triggers. Another one is just like getting outside, going into the gym. Like, I have a whole list of 26, 27 positive habits that I engage in that keep me away from porn. And, whenever people are like, man, I don't know what kind of positive habits, I'm like, bro, you must not be that resourceful. It's like, there's so much awesome stuff to be doing. Go to that free course, check out that assignment as well. It's like, come on, y'all. Okay. Next, this one's pretty dang important. As you're going down this journey, I've hinted on it already right in the beginning, where it's like, identify as a non-porn watcher. Not a man who's trying to quit porn. Yeah, I'm trying. It's up and down. Yeah, I've seen some progress, but then I failed again. And it's like, you sound weak, and you sound uncertain, and you sound like you're just procrastinating solving this. And, if you identify as the person who does not watch porn, hates porn, thinks porn is an absolute disgrace, feels as if your life is truly going down the toilet because of it. It's like, if you identify as the man who hates it with an absolute burning passion, you will not watch. Seriously. And if you're able to articulate these kinds of thoughts to anyone, you will see insane progress. Because I feel, when you are able to fight against this in a real way, instead of, oh, I'm trying, I'm shooting in the dark, I'm using my willpower, I'm hoping and praying, I'm trying to quit. It's like, no, bro, that's weak. That's you procrastinating this. What you really need to be doing is identifying your triggers, forming positive habits around them, and holding yourself accountable. Holding yourself accountable is an oxymoron, not possible. Having others hold you accountable, that is what you need. Kind of those three things. It's like you need to understand your triggers, you need to build positive habits around those urges. Thirdly, you need to be held accountable to make sure you freaking do it. And, that's why I built this program that's like this lifetime brotherhood of accountability, where every single week you have multiple meetings to discuss with men on your progress, on your goals, discuss why you did this or what happened there, or why didn't you start that business building? Like, you said you were going to research the marketing aspect of that business, and you come back and you say you didn't. What changed? And like, if you're being held accountable of your goals, you will not even have porn in your mind. It's like porn is literally just that symptom of being bored or not feeling like you've accomplished much or feeling like you are not enough. And it's like once you start building that dream life and having others hold you accountable, you don't see porn as really an option anymore. And that's what's been working for me, and that's what's been working for all the men in my Road Away from Porn program. Like, it's something that as soon as you just take like some productive 5-6 steps to destroy this addiction, understand it, be held accountable to face it head on, it's like you'll see insane change instead of just like doing the same thing you've always been doing, which is just, yeah, man, next time I will not. Next time I shouldn't. It's like, next time I'm going to pray to God more. And then like, nothing against praying, but you need real people in your life helping you out of this. Because, God is powerful and helpful, but like, you need to have the balls to bring it up to other people. Just keeping it in your head and hoping, it's not going to cut it. So, final step is kind of like the step I'm on, which is maintaining that porn-free life and, being an example to others, being a leader, like being a person that other people can count on and look up to for advice, and being that person that, your wife knows doesn't watch porn, your kids know doesn't watch porn, because you've made it part of your identity as a guy who like literally hates this crap. I find such respect, or I have such respect for guys, like men that I see that are like, yeah, I struggled with alcohol for years, and now I'm an avid, force against alcohol. I try my very best to influence people to not drink as much. I tell them my story, how horrible it was for me, how it almost had me lose my marriage, how it made me get super fat, how it made me turn into a rage machine. And it's like, yeah, those kind of guys with those testimonies are literally so powerful. And, if you're Christian, you could say they're using their testimonies for good, or even if you're not Christian, it doesn't really matter. Like, use your testimony for good. Be that force of light. Like, I feel like I've been called to just be that force for good and for light, to get people out of this hellish, dark hole. It is such a cycle that keeps you so low and down. Like I was explaining, oh, my motivation levels are so low, and these tasks that I'm having to accomplish are so scary. It's like, get out of that trap now. Join that free course, book a call with my team, subscribe to this channel. I drop videos every single day. I want you to stay engaged. Keep me updated on your progress. If I'm the only person you tell about your goal to quit porn, fine. Just do it. Tell someone and get moving on this path, because you have so much more potential than you're currently, utilizing. So go out there and make it happen, my friend. See you in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you soon.